All right, everybody. Welcome to this week's live. Thank you all the minions who've assembled today. It is freaking pouring out here at my house right now. Like, I don't know if you can hear that or not, but there's this like huge storm rolling through here. So hopefully you guys can hear me okay. Let's see what we got going on here today. We got some people in the house. Happy Taco Tuesday. We're having those after the live stream. So yes, there will be tacos to be had. Let me start. Let's see. Let's start out with some greetings like we always do. We got a big show for you tonight. Got a big live stream for you tonight. Got a very special guest coming in, possibly two guests. See what happens. Fingers crossed for the second one. We got Max Faction is in the house. He's in. Stacy Bolster Blades is listening in. Mrs. Eionan is doing well. Mrs. Ed, she's doing well. Another chemo treatment tomorrow. She just had an outpatient surgery today that went very well. So far, so good. Hanging tough. Let's see. There's my brother. My is in the house. Joe Kasparek's in the house as well. We got like 15 people in here in the first couple of minutes. Man, holy shit. It is crazy out there. I got my new spot here. I'm like right next to the outside of the house. The trees are all blown over and everything. Bizarre. Let's see. Darnell B85 says, good evening. Hopefully you and Mrs. are doing okay every day. Not every day, but we're hanging in there, right? We're hanging in pretty well. Hopefully the audio is okay tonight too. Hopefully we're not having issues with that. And everybody can hear me okay. Freak Show is in early tonight. Look at you, brother. You're only what? Less than 2 minutes into this live. He's already in here. Michael's throwing out some greetings. Let's see who else we got in here. Uncle Kyle is in the house. There he is. I'm gonna bring. Wow, I can't believe this rain. That's crazy. See the window? Do you guys see this? Look at the window. Look at this shit. This is crazy. Absolutely crazy. All right, Uncle Kyle's in the house. Cool. We're gonna get him on in a little bit here. Once we get everything started. Bam and Ninja. What's up, brother? Let's see who else we got in here. Iggy's in the house tonight. Thank you. Good seeing you. Marcos Gamma. What's up, brother? Let's see who else we got going on here. Gonzo, there's my other mod. There he is. There's my brother from another mother right there. Gonzo Reviews. Who else we got in here? Juban's in the house. Juban is in the house. How we tried driving home so you can't see chat. Love y'all. All right, well, that's okay, brother. Hopefully when you get home, you'll be able to pop in for a little bit. Got a couple guests on tonight. I got a special 5 and 5 guest, and Uncle Kyle is going to come on for a little while as well. So should be a good show. Got some stuff to talk about. Knife Nut 69 says, hello, everyone. Howdy. Thanks for coming in tonight. Let's see who else. We have 22 people in here. I'm trying to make sure I catch everybody. Blades Hook Daniel is in the house. What's going on, Daniel? Native Wildman, my Wildman friend, is in the house. I love it. Mrs. Freak Show is here tonight as well. Thank you for the links you've been throwing up on my Instagram too, Mrs. Freak Show. I appreciate that. Let's see here. Byron Kennedy is in the house, although I must have missed his name. Oh, there he is. I didn't miss him. I got him. I'm assuming you guys can hear me okay because I haven't heard anybody say that the audio is screwed up. So that is good. And I cannot believe this storm, man. It's like you can see it blowing around out here if you look out this window. It's crazy. It looks like a hurricane out there. Water's pouring off my roof. Insanity. Look at it. Insanity. We don't normally get this harsh weather. Usually skids by my house. Let's see who else is in here. Wow, man, Gonzo Reviews, Marco. I think I got a bunch of you already. Cue Ball is in. He made my live tonight. I love it. I can't believe this weather though, man. It's just bizarre. Totally bizarre. Crazy monsoon season in Arizona. I'm just trying to see if I see anybody new. Lone Wolf's in the house. Thanks for stopping in, brother. Also, don't forget to hit that like button while you're here, right? It's 29 people in the stream, only 17 likes. So make sure you jump over there and hit that like button, help my analytics out. Let's see who else we got populating here. Stephen Wallace is in the house. Thank you, sir. Yeah. Yeah. So cool, man. 30 minions have already assembled here for tonight's live stream. I love it. There's Sobex. Sobex is in. Nice. Don't forget minions to hit the like button. All right. So now that we got a pretty good crowd in here, what does he say? He said, I hope the storm does not disconnect us. No, probably not. My internet here is pretty solid, so most of it goes underground. So that's good. We don't have a lot of we don't have a lot of wires and telephone poles where I live, so should be pretty good. All right, so now that we've got a solid amount of people in here, 35 people, let's do some shout outs real quick. First of all, shout out to Mrs. Edge. All right, if you're in here or you haven't been here, Neil as well. Neil McKenzie's house. He says, I think it's supposed to say at work. He usually listens on his lunch break. So shout out to Neil, one of my former coworkers, good friend of mine, also a fellow music lover and vinyl record collector. Really, really good guy. Shout out to Neil. Yep, hit that like button, people. Me with Knives is in the house too. I missed him up here. There he is. There he is. Me with Knives. I got him. So the shout outs real quick. First of all, again, my lovely wife, Mrs. Edge. She's doing well. She's looking at her third treatment. She had an outpatient surgery today that went very well. That was successful. So yes, Iggy. Yep. Much love for Mrs. Edge. So that's all going good so far. We're doing well. Some small side effects from the treatments, but we're dealing with that pretty well. Blood counts are good, things like that. So so far, we're hanging in there pretty well, and she's doing okay. Lots of fatigue, but that's only to be expected. Anyway, other shout outs. I would like to shout out Papa Rhino. He was my guest last week. He did a fantastic job. It was awesome having him on the show. He will be back next week. We are going to do our knife chat or knife topic conversation will be on fixed blades. We'll be talking a lot about that. So he's going to come back next week and do a 5 and 5 on fixed blades. So we will have that as well. Like to shout out Matisfaction as well. He did on his live stream last week. He did a drawing, which myself and some other channels all kind of pitched in some merchandise for. I won it, but I was playing for somebody else. I was playing for Budget Blade Reviews for Matt Lundy. So Matt actually ended up winning the stuff that Matt gave away. But shout outs to Matty for doing that. Matt's faction says the spaghetti is boiling. I'll be right back. Love it. Nickel Dog's in the house too. There he is. Praying for a speedy health recovery. Well, thank you, brother. I appreciate that. I appreciate that a lot. As you can see, some of you haven't been here in a couple of weeks. I am in the main house now. Looks like maybe the storm has blown over a little bit. I'm in the main house now, and I'm up here so I can be closer to the wife, and in case she needs anything. And this works out better for me than being in the garage where it was super hot in the summer and super cold in the winter. So that's a big deal. Oh, let's see. Michael Morgan. Yeah. Hey, there's Matisfactions. Throw my link up when you get a chance too. I'm going to talk about that a little bit further down the road. Darnell says every day will be a blessing for you both. 6 years for me. That's right. Congratulations, brother. Thank you for the behind the scenes messages and words of encouragement and advice and things like that you've thrown out there. And there have been several people in the stream here who've contacted me through Instagram and through my emails and stuff like that have been really helpful and offered some good advice and offered, their experiences. Darnell, 6 years, he's been dealing with cancer, and he has survived it so far. So it's good to hear those kind of stories. It's good to hear other people's points of view on things. And I always like talking to other people who've gone through it. and that has been very helpful. So anyway, moving on. Sierra Bound, I want to shout Sierra Bound out on Instagram. I won the same night I won Maddie's drawing. I won Sierra Bound's drawing as well, and I won 2 knives. I won a Gerber 06 Auto, and I won a let's see, a Boker Plus Mini Strike. Pretty cool little knife. It's a button lock auto. So this was kind of neat. I'll show this again a little bit later. But shout out to Sierra Bound, because he just basically does giveaways to give away knives to people in the community. I'm going to review those, and then one of those 2 knives I'm probably going to end up getting rid of or using for a giveaway at some point. So that is what's up with that. Yeah, Freedom Frog, there you are. Freedom Frog's in the house too. Yeah, nice one. Yeah, it was crazy. I played for somebody else in Maddie's stream and won. And then literally 1 or 2 minutes later, I got a notification from my Instagram account saying that I won that other drawing. So that was really cool. Yeah, and if you aren't subscribed to me already, what the hell are you waiting for? You're checking out my live streams. You should definitely be going over and checking out my channel. And there's Freedom Frog. That's cool. Yeah, throw them links up to some other channels. Let's get them out there. All right. Let's see. Who else am I shouting out? Uncle Kyle, who's going to be a guest on the show here in a little bit. So thank you, brother, for finally coming in. And we will get you on in just a little bit. I'm waiting for my 5 and 5 guest to show up here in the stream as well. He hasn't shown up quite yet, but I think he will be here before too long. If anybody sees him, I think you guys know who KPC is. If you see KPC in the stream, let me know. Anyway, so that's it. What else? I want to shout out the Arizona Meetup group, all the folks that come as part of that. If any of you are in here tonight, Nebby Cloud, Eva Lee, Kyle, Q-Ball's in here, Maddie's in here, Satu Dave doesn't mean. There's KPC. There he is. Now we're cooking with bacon. All right, good deal. So he's in there. And let's see. I want to thank my 2 moderators, Mimo and Gonzo, who do a great job in here for me every week, and I really appreciate that. G-Ball at the in-laws is in here. Cool. 32 minions in the house. 25 likes. Somebody is slacking. If you got in here and didn't go up there and hit the like button, do that for me, please. All right. So without further ado, let's move along here in this little thing that we're doing, and let's move to pocket checks. So there's almost 35 people in here. Let's throw up your pocket checks. And tonight, besides putting what you have in your pocket, and as always, I will share mine. If you saw my Instagram account earlier today, you probably saw what I was carrying in my pocket because I did post it. But besides throwing up your pocket check for me, I would like to know, do you ever wear hats? And if you wear hats, what kind of hats do you wear? So there are 2 main types of hats that I wear, and I will show them here along with my pocket check later. So tell me what you got in your pocket, and tell me what kind of hat you wear if you wear a hat regularly. Maybe it's a trucker hat, maybe it's a baseball hat, maybe it's a duster. I don't know. Maybe it's a golf hat. Maybe it's a cowboy hat. Who knows? But just let me know what you like to wear. Maybe you like to wear a lot of different hats. Like I know Urban Woodsman there has gone on a cowboy hat kick. So just throw that up there because I like to keep it interesting. Throw that up there in your pocket check as well. And we'll see what y'all like to wear for hats. Okay. So hope all is good with you. It is good with me, man. It's good to see you. And I know I missed you for a couple of weeks there, but good to have you back. And also, I'll throw this out a couple of times during the broadcast. This Saturday afternoon is the first of my 2nd live streams that I'll be doing. Twice a month, I'll be doing the Saturday Social, it's called, and that will be on Saturday afternoons. I'll talk a little bit more about that as we go along. But there's already people throwing pocket checks up, so I am going to go ahead and get started on those. Let's see. Matisfaction Wear says, I wear a blank stretch fit hat. I forgot to bring a knife with me, so now I am playing with the Tucson TS388. Okay, that's cool. I understand. I got you. Maybe some days you don't go out. I've had those days where I don't go outside. So I might just throw one knife in my pocket because I don't plan on leaving the house that day. I always got to have something in my pocket. But anyway, he's got the Tucson TS388. My boy Gonzo says, flipping my barrel, and I wear a ball cap, usually camel. All right. I like it. Whoa, chat just took a big old jump up there. Blade Took Daniel says, my Bologna. And a regular baseball hat. Okay. Freak show. I'll go take a deep breath. The Field Duty EDC, Smoky Mountain Knifeworks Magnicut Deca. I love the Decas. The Magnicut one's even that much better. Sharpshooter, Laid Back Jack, Forest Tank, Olight i5 off, Leatherman Charge Plus, Log and Jotter Notebook, and multiple tactile turn pens. You didn't tell us if you wore a hat though. Let's see. Freedom Frog says Cold Steel Roger 2, Hogue Ritter RSK. That's right. Buy a Hogue Ritter RSK. You can support kniferights.org. Okay. I mentioned that in the broadcast last week. We spent a few minutes talking about that. Knife Rights is a great organization. And if you don't want to send them cash, you can always buy a Ritter RSK or an RSK Mini. And that money that Doug makes from those knives goes to supporting Knife Rights all across the United States. So jump on that if you can. All right. Let's see. Iggy said baseball caps usually. Okay. Michael Morgan has a Tucson TS 269, a Mrs. Edge Hank, and baseball hat. Okay. Got it. There's Freak Show afterwards. I was a baseball style hat, and it has to be a fitted hat or I won't buy or wear. Okay. I get that. I get that. I don't wear a lot of fitteds, but I do have some, and I like the hats that either have really good stretchy fabric in the back, or I like hats that that fit me well because I kind of have an oval shaped head instead of a round one. So I always find the hats that are too small tend to be tight from front to back. Let's see. Neil McKenzie says, so I know this one. I don't even have to guess at this. Neil says, M-Tech in a booty. Yeah, Neil is always wearing a booty. Ever since I've known him, he's worn a booty every time I've seen him, I think. Cue Ball says, don't wear hats anymore. I used to wear baseball hats, but not for years now. Carrying my new Doug Ritter arms to handle some comfort. You're welcome, brother. He handled mine, the one that I have, and he's like, I gotta think they went on sale, and he goes, I gotta get one of these bad boys. And supporting kniferights.org. Love it. Let's see. Tree Stabbing Troy says, the Kershaw Skyline, Leatherman Surge, Mrs. Edge Hank, and I always have a baseball cap on. Knife Nut 69 is carrying MBK Old Guard, and I only wear beanies to keep the ball being warm. There you go. I got you, brother. Sobex Scuda is carrying an Asher Tie Sparrow, and I usually wear my ass hat. I love it. That's great. Byron Kennedy says, I'm carrying the Orion Solaris. Kudos, Gigi Loner, ABKT Stockman, Cobalt Button Lock Razor. I'll wear baseball cap on weekends or sunny days. There you go. All right. Double Dog says, Marine's version of the M-Tech and can't wear a hat and makes me overheat. Gotcha. Okay. Man. This is why I like to know this stuff. This is why I ask every week. There's always some different question that has to do with what you're carrying and what you like to wear, right? Me with Knives says he's got the Hogue Gen 1, still a great knife, awesome knife. Spyderco Chaparral Leatherman Surge, Lumen Top Tool AA, Butane Lighter, Mrs. Me with Knives Hank, Heart Pry Bar, and usually Army Baseball. There you go. All right. King Pope Caesar says, I'm carrying the Shiro Cannabis. I like a good ball cap. There. All right. There we go, baby. There we go. Let's say. I knew that. I was going to just say this. A comment about 3 or 4 down from Gonzo. He says, cannabis, you say, huh? I knew that was coming, brother. Q-Bus says, I knew you'd be carrying a Shiro. All right. He says, an Olight Mini Baby B, a B-Bird Mini Tool, 19x1, a Naka Tactical Pen, Zippo Butane Lighter, Sharpen's Best Poker Chip, more basic fixed blade. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. All right. Let's see what else we got here. Bama Ninja, Best Tech Golfer's Hat. Nice. Kaiser Assassin, Penguin, and a Desert Warrior. Let's see. Mrs. Freak Show's got the Devo Stout, Hinder XM18 3.5 custom. And if I wear a hat, it's a bulk. Okay. Got it. Let us see here. Native Wild Man. What's up, my brother? Bicycle helmet at work. Yeah, gotcha. I understand. So baseball cap. Anyone else? The Outback wide brim. Okay. Yep. Outback. Okay. So cool. Civivi Imperium is what he's carrying for a knife, plus a CRKT Cruiser, Rough Rider Cherry Bone, Case Mini, and a Fire Quartz. Kiki says baseball caps usually. Today she's carrying a Kubi Koas, very nice, Leatherman Squirt, an Ion flashlight, G43 Pew Pew, very nice, very nice. Refined bolt pen, a Jake's Jank block, and a Hank. Very, very cool. Let's see. Matt says, I was messing with my TI 22 last night, of course. Let's see. Some greetings out there going to Gonzo from KPC. Great carries, guys. Freedom Frog says. Let's see. What's Michael Morgan got up there? 2-cent folding carbon fiber knife. Let's see. This TS340. Oh, nice. Nice. It threw up a code there, too. Keister 10. That's Maddie's. Let's see. Donald says sometimes a baseball cap and Kangol caps, all the colors, old school. Love it. Yep. Thank you, Maddie, for mentioning that. I'm going to get to that too. And Gons also, if you're buying anything from Original Goat, use Gons 10 for 10% off of them. So they do a lot of aftermarket scales, especially for some Spydercos and Demco 8020.5s and some really, really cool stuff. A bunch of people here in the stream have bought those scales. They are superb and they really do change the knife a lot. Yeah, Lone Wolf. Numsman Zan Panto. I can't pronounce that. And a Grimsmo Norseman. All right. Let's see. Uncle Kyle says light day around the apartment. PM3, lever gear tool car, Jack Slung's jank block, sometimes a baseball cap. All right, got it. Cool. Let's see who else. Did we miss anybody else here? Stacy. Stacy's back, I guess. I wear baseball hats or cadet hats, not trucker hats, and I will wear a sun hat if I must be out in the sun, but I usually avoid that like the plague. I got you, understand. All right, let's see who else we got here that didn't throw up a knife yet. G-Ball, hold on, Miss G-Ball. I don't miss G-Ball, Jesus. Chavez, Rendition, 229, OG Nimble Gap Code Nurse. King Pope Caesar, the Macardon, the F3. Oh my gosh, it feels really good. I like it more than the carbon fiber. Okay. Oh yeah, they're talking about. I know what they're talking about. Okay. Let's see. And I think I got everybody. All right. Will B just dropping in here. What's up, Will? Eionan, everyone dropping in, hit the like button, doing late night with the wife while the kids are being babysat. Oh, that's okay. Thanks for stopping in and hitting the like button, brother. Always good to hear from you. Hope you're doing well. Drubby Tunes is in the house as well. What's up, my man? What's up, Drew? And also the Droobles, right? The Droobles that were in Matt's video with the power trio of him, Mini Faction, and Cheapskate. Those things were awesome, brother. Those Droobles were really, really cool. Dig those. Let us see here. Yeah, I'm not even gonna try that, Matt. Yeah, there you go. So anyway, and Mateo's in the house somewhere. I just saw the chat pop by there. He's in here. So what's going on, Mateo? G-Ball says, I will wear a bandana most of the time or fitted bench-made hat or some sort of pew-pew company. Okay, cool. Yep, I've got a couple of SIG hats for SIG Sauer as well. Ah, there he is there. I was looking there. I'm freaking here. What's up, Mateo? Freaking. All right. Will V did throw up his pocket check, though. Grimsmo Norseman, Spyderco Schmuck, Kaiser Big Leader XL, Kaiser Mini Sheepdog, Savivi Chevalier, Olite Baton 3, and Everyman Grafton Penn. He's in him, Will and Freak Show, man. They could have a whole little knife show themselves just by emptying out their pockets. Drubby says, driving home, shout outs coming in 10 to 15 minutes. Okay, cool. Be glad to have you in the stream, man. All right. So Will says he'll catch you later. See you, Will. Thank you for stopping in, though. I really appreciate it. Listen, Busy just made very angry by herself. She consider you a soul lady. It's not fun. I'm not going to listen and try to calm down. That is good. Be the bigger person. Always be the bigger person when you can, right? Yeah, we talking pews. Okay. Yep. D17 and a Ruger 357 LCP. Nice. All right. So cool. So I think we got through with most of that. LCR, yeah. Okay, we got you. We got through with most of that, and that's cool. I'm really happy about that. So we can throw that card over there. So let me show you what I got in my pocket, and then I'm going to get my guests on, and we're really going to get things rolling. So let me show you what I am holding on to today. I am carrying a Victorinox Classic SD today, as I always do. I got about, I don't know, 8 or 9 of these, all different colors and color schemes. Today I'm carrying the black one. I am carrying the Lake Blue. I also have a regular blue. I'm carrying the Lake Blue Olight I1R2 Pro. Love this thing. It's one of my favorite little lights. I'm also carrying a brass pocket token. Apparently, according to Mateo, these are called Pog Slammers, like challenge coin. But I found this on a golf course. I think someone was using this as a ball marker. And I found this on a golf course, and I've had it ever since. And I throw this in my pocket from time to time. It's brass, but it's about the size of a silver dollar. And I dig this. It's pretty cool. I am also today carrying one of probably my favorite small EDC everyday carry knives, the Nimble. I know some of you folks have seen this before, but honestly, this knife is pure freaking magic. Okay, it's got magic fairy dust they sprinkle over these, and if the Nimble W that I ordered recently is anything like this, I'm going to be totally jacked and stoked about that. Okay, and then finally, I'm going to show you the other knife I'm carrying. So a bunch of people said, yeah, I used to have one of those brass slammers. I miss Pogs. Yeah, Pog slammers. Right, Pogs are an old. Yeah, okay. So I kind of remember Pogs, but I remember there was like all these different like types of coins or tokens, whatever. But anyway, yeah, Devil Dog says I always carry a Marine challenge. Yeah, when I leave the house. Okay, I don't. Like some younger ones, and they're like, "Where's your challenge coin?" I'm like, "They didn't have those freaking things when I was in the Marine Corps. No, we didn't have challenge coins. At least not in any of the units I was in." Q Ball says, "That's right." And this Nimble used to be Q Ball's Nimble. I bought this one from him. He was gracious enough to sell me that one because I basically fell in love with it. But Ninja says I lost one of those on a golf course. Yeah, well, too bad. You'd have to come up here to get it. Anyway, so the knife that I'm going to show you that I'm carrying today is also going to be this Friday's knife for review. This is part of the Apex Pass-Around group. This is a new knife from QSP. This knife that I have in my hand is a sample/prototype. So a lot of you guys are going to like this. This knife is the QSP Titanium QSP Rhino. And this is a very, very cool knife. So I'm going to show you both sides real quick. Ooh, look at that Timascus backspacer as well. And check this out. The knife has this rolled jimping all the way down the blade, all the way back here into the back of the spine, and all the way around the palm swell here in the back. This is an amazing knife. It has a freaking huge fuller on it. So even people with fumbly fingers like myself can spidey flick this knife. Drop point, nice thick spine. It's crowned and then rolled. Frame lock, steel insert, M390 steel. And it actually says right on its sample prototype on the blade. So this is a knife that is going to be coming out, and I am the second person in the Apex group to get my hands on this knife. I will be doing a full review on this knife on Friday. So look for that, folks. There's at least 2 knife reviews coming out, but this will be one of them. And then finally, I am carrying a Mrs. Edge Hank. So that, folks, that is my pocket carry, including a couple of really cool knives, a cool little flashlight, a Mrs. Edge Hank, and my tried and true Swiss Army knife SD Classic. Let's see what we got. So I'll go back up here and take a look here. We're talking about Uh, never held a nimble. Whoa, you don't know what you're missing, brother. Next time they release another batch of those, you got to go for one of those. Let's see here. Freedom Product said it is a beautiful knife. Honestly, truly, when I opened the box and I saw this, I immediately was impressed. It's a good size, feels good in the hand, and there's some, like I said, they just did a beautiful job on this thing. So let's see, yeah, Illuminati Ninja, yep, says, ooh, it's got a high wow factor. It really does, and so far I've carried it a few days now, 3 or 4 days now, and used it a little bit, and it's got a pretty good pocket clip. It's got the ball in it, the little ceramic ball, but it actually slides in and out of your pocket pretty well. So let's see. I was proud of Woodpecker until I saw that. Yeah, me said I want that. Yeah, again, this is a prototype, so this is a knife they do plan on making. I don't know if the final version will be exactly like this. And I have some comments on what I think of the knife, and I will do that in my video this week. He says it looks like an ADV tactile knife, very sexy knife. It is really, really cool. Let's see. It will sell surely too much. So I mean, I'm guessing they don't have a price for this yet, or at least David has not given us through the group a price, unless there's a comment that I missed. But I think this knife is going to go for around $140, probably. I would say 130 to 150 is probably the price range this knife should be in. I wouldn't be surprised if they take the Timascus finish off of these two pieces, give you something else, give you a standard finish, and sell this knife for $120, $125. But again, I'm just guessing. I don't know. Anyway, so that's carrying. And then I asked you guys about. So most of the time, I wear some version of a ball cap. Right here's my digital desert cami marine cap. I've got golf caps that say Titleist on them. I've got a bunch of other hats with funny sayings. I've got a couple like this with American flags. But when I'm at work in the summertime, because I'm out in the sun all day at my job, I wear one of these. Because this is a soaker, and it's also got a wire rim on it. So I wear this because it keeps the sun up on my head and face, protects my eyes, keeps the sun out of my eyes. Got a little strap on it for those windy days, so it doesn't get blown off driving down the road in the Pro Gator or the golf carts or whatever it is that I'm driving at. So those are the two main types of hats that I like to wear. I will occasionally wear winter beanies, but you don't really need that very often around here in Arizona. All right, let's see. It actually showed up yesterday, bro. Haven't I opened the goodies because I can't taste anything thanks to the cough. Oh, somebody's sick. Illuminati Ninja. First of all, thank you for being in the live tonight. Sorry that you're feeling bad. I hope you're feeling a little bit better. Hope that starts happening for you. But anyway, oh yeah, King Pope Caesar. So we got a few people in here commenting on the knife too, King Pope Caesar. So speaking of KPC himself, I'm going to throw up a link here because tonight's 5 and 5 guest is this man himself. So let me get a link up there and invite him to the broadcast, and we'll get him on. I'm excited. I'm really excited. I'm interested to see what 5 knives he brought with him. And by the way, KPC, if you want to, a lot of people have been given a bonus knife. So if you have a 6th knife that you want to do, something that you want to just throw in, just for the extra, that's too, because we are a knife live stream and no one will ever complain about seeing more knives. Let's see. Yeah, nice hat. Yeah, thank you, man. And he says, I wear a headband like I was in the 80s breakdance crew. Or Jimi Hendrix back in the 60s and 70s, right? Okay, let's get that link in here. So there you go. Boom. There it is. I just posted a link to StreamYard. All you got to do, KPC, is click on that. And when I see you backstage and you're ready with your cameras set up and everything, just go ahead and give me a thumbs up on screen. I will bring you on. Yes, I agree. Let's see. So, yeah, this is And the missus caught COVID. We're both doing okay now, mostly fatigue and loss of taste and smell. That's all it's kicking us now. Okay, that's good. Yeah, I mean, loss of taste is definitely, smell is one of the main things. But just get better from that, right? I got those things for major drooling. Sure. I'm excited. I expect to have drool coming out of my mouth, or at least have to pick my jaw a few times. So the link is there in StreamYard. That would be this one right here that you see. Just click on that link. That should bring you through your browser backstage into the live stream, and we will get you going. Let's see. Neil's on lunch break. Cool. So he gets 30 minutes to or whatever he's got left of his break here to figure out. So Neil, when I used to be a part of the management team down at Goodwill, I worked with Neil here, and Neil's been there, I think, 13 or 14 years working for them. Long time. Fantastic dude, though, man. I love him. He's a great guy. We became friends and stayed friends after I left that company. So good to have him in the stream. Let's see. That's right. Stacy says, King Pope Caesar, my brother, my man. I agree. I will throw that link up one more time, just in case he missed it the first time. But there it is. And not only that, I will do this, just in case he didn't see it in the stream. Let me jump over here to, give me a second, folks. I will jump over here to Instagram, and I will paste it up. I will paste it up there for him too. There we go. So hopefully between those two things, he has got it. Oh, let's see. In the meantime, one of the knives that I won, which I will be reviewing at some point. I see a camera there. So he's backstage. I'm waiting for that thumbs up before we bring him in. One of the knives that I won in Sierra's Instagram drawing the other night was this little bugger here. This is the Boker Plus Mini Strike Auto. Cool little knife. It's got a little lock, safety lock and stuff there. And okay, KPC says he's ready to go. I'm bringing him in, folks. Here we go. Here we go. And let's do this. All right. How's it going, man?
Hey, what's going on? Eionan, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you fine.
Okay, let me see how this is set up here. StreamYard always gives me so much trouble.
There you go. There you go. That looks good.
Okay, yeah, there we go. Yeah, how's it going, man? Thanks for having me on. How's it going, chat?
It's going pretty good. It's, other than the cancer battle my wife is going through, and she's doing pretty good with that. But it's going pretty well. And these Tuesday streams are definitely a little cathartic for me. They help me kind of connect with the community that I love and that I'm glad to be a part of. And yeah, so it's going pretty good. And I've been excited, dude. I've watched your channel since I found out about it. I've followed your stuff both on Instagram and the stuff that you post up on YouTube. A lot of people in the community here think very highly of you, myself included. And I've always thought, man, I would love to have this guy come on and show off some knives and show off some of the stuff he's got. So much love to you, brother, for agreeing to come on and do this. I am super stoked. And with that, I'm going to turn the floor over to you, okay? I'm going to bigify you on the screen for a few minutes and let you show off some of the stuff that you brought on. So the floor is yours.
Okay, perfect. Hey, thanks a lot. Thanks once again for having me one more time. Shout out to the chat. Eionan told me I'd have 5 minutes to do this. 5 and 5.
You got more than 5 minutes. You got more than 5 minutes. You can take plenty of time. We just give you at least 5 minutes to show off 5 knives. But since you got more stuff there, you can have as much time as you need.
Some guidelines. Okay, I got it. Thanks, man. Yeah, I was going to ask for maybe a 10 for 5 or a 2 5s and 2.5. But I have some knives out here on the table. We here on the left, I have I decided to do 5 knives that haven't had videos on my channel. Actually, I don't think I've shown any of these knives. We have the Shiro F3 here, the RJ Martin and Shirogorov collaboration knife. The a Benchmade Balisong here, which is really cool. I think this is the 87. We have a full size Marauder from Medford Knives. Medford Knives Marauder. Sorry. And here we have a really cool Surge Pachinko knife. I think this is the some cleaver style knife, but I'm not going to do any of these knives. And I got 5 Rocksteads over here, so I decided to play to my audience. I thought I could show 5 knives that I actually carry the most here in 2022. And I'll start that list off with an honorable mention. Since I get six items, I'll use my 6th slot for my Leatherman Charge TI here. This might get the most use. Yeah, man, I love this little guy. I love a good multi-tool, and I think it's cheating because I kind of use this for pretty much everything. It's got some use on it now. As a matter of fact, I didn't want to bring it out because it's probably filthy.
That's but, okay, man. We like to see knives that are used.
Yeah, it's filthy. I think I'll probably do another video, maybe deconstructing this, take it apart and try to clean it up pretty good. But definitely this is my honorable mention. I get the most use out of this guy right here, the Charge TI. Cool. Yeah, awesome. And so yeah, I'll go through the list of my 5 knives that I carry the most here in 22. And this is just daily EDC as well as while I travel. And my number 1 knife, of course, if you watch the channel at all, then you see the Zahn on there all the time. This is my my dark Zahn with the Tanto blade, the dark stonewash finish on the handles, and I think this is acid wash or black wash on the Tanto blade. This is really cool. I had this guy sharpened once by a knife sharpener, like a utility store here in my neighborhood, and I think this guy used some kind of machine. He was really proud of it, but it didn't put the edge on there that I wanted. So I think I might have to send this guy into back to CRK or to Mike Elmler. Emler, is that how you say his name? Emler?
Yeah, Mike Emler.
Crazy Sharp to take care of my Zahn for me. And my next knife here is going to be the Kershaw Blur. This is my favorite Blur with the carbon fiber handles and the scales, the inlays on the scales. And I think this blade is CPM 154. And I remember when CPM 154 used to be like a really awesome blade still, right? Like, not to date myself, but let me turn this light off. But kind of a while ago, maybe 6-7 years ago, CPM 154 CM was the steel to have, right?
And, yeah, I mean, we had to talk about that. We had to talk about that about a month ago on my live stream, and how I did a little overview on the history of blade steel and how like it wasn't until 2000 that S30V was created specifically for knives. So before that, like 154 CM and 440 were like 2 of the main steels that people used a lot. And there's nothing wrong with it. I mean, I always tell people, like, 154 CM is a good working steel for real use knives. And we didn't always have super steels like we have today.
It's a lot of choice out there, a lot of options. And maybe if I did a little bit more with my knives, and I don't sharpen either. I was probably going to talk to you about that. I don't sharpen knives, so I don't really have a problem with any specific steel. Maybe I live here in South Florida, so I like to look for a little more corrosion resistance if anything else. But other than that, if it's a pretty good steel, it doesn't pit or corrode, rust too quick on me, I'm usually pretty good with it. Yeah, let me go to my next knife here, and my next most carried knife in 2022 is the 4040 Ruby. Wait, let me see. Yeah, I think this is the only flipper on the list, and this is my 4040 Ruby. I love this knife, and it's really special for me because I think this is one of my first really high-end knives, one of my first high-end folders, right? I collect the Kershaw Blur. I a lot of blurs, and that's really what started me off in knife collecting. The fact that I just wanted more blurs. But this Ruby was my first high-end knife, and I found a really high-end Kershaw, and I got it, and I kept it up on the shelf in a display, and the box that it came in, and it was all laid out so you could see Kershaw, the branding on the front. And I felt like it was being wasted up there, so I brought it down off the shelf, and I've been carrying this guy in the pocket, and it's all scuffed up, and the branding here is all scuffed to shit. But I love this knife, and these standoffs are really cool.
That's a cool knife. That's a really cool knife. There's nothing wrong with U.S. Kershaws. I mean, that's basically ZT's budget-minded brand, so to speak. So You know, the U.S. ones, the U.S. made ones are really good. And that was back from 2014. So, you know, that was definitely a time when they were really putting out some really interesting products, you know?
ZT, yeah, you know, I hear it's a lot like a ZT. I haven't had any ZTs, but it definitely has that same kind of styling, right? The same, a lot of the same design cues.
Yep.
Yeah, and I tried to modify this knife when I started to carry it because it, you know, it didn't have a detent ramp, and you know, I have a Dremel, so I was pretty sure I could put a detent ramp on this blade, and this is you know, really cool blade. You know, it's all ZDP 189 with this
Yeah.
really cool profile, and I slaughtered this blade, so I might take this knife apart in another video and kind of show what I did there on the inside. But I'm I'm pretty embarrassed about it, but I carry this knife a lot now.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, let me move on to my my next knife is this Strider PT. Oh, fail. Sorry. I'm trying to go around the camera here.
Okay, no,
This is the Strider PT. And I'm kind of upset with this knife. And you know that, you know, I don't have a chemistry with this knife right now. That's probably why I couldn't deploy it just now, right? Because I tried to carry this knife for all of, what was it, May? I think for the entire month of May, I carried this knife, and you know, usually with another knife, but I always had the Strider PT in my pocket, and it was a challenge. You know, I kind of challenged myself. No one challenged me to it, but you know, I feel like that challenge kind of broke me, right? Because it just took me out of the rest of my collection. You know, I wasn't really rotating the way I used to. You know, I was carrying this knife, I was using it. I think I sit around, you know, cutting up cardboard boxes for like 3 or 4 hours one afternoon, just kind of get used to the knife. And it was just so fucking boring, man. Like I just wanted another knife in my pocket. So you know, this is a really cool knife. It's you know, it's awesome. Like I carried it the entire month, and you know, I still carry it now. It's in my my EDC rotation. It's not sharp now, so I'll have to sharpen it, try to sharpen it myself. But every time I try to sharpen a knife, I unsharpen it. Right? Does that make sense? Like whenever I try to
yeah.
sit down in front of some stones, I'll unsharpen a knife before I get it sharp. So I think I might send that one in as well before I try to do anything on my
Right.
own. All right. And my number 5 here is going to be my my small Sabenza 31, the plain Jane
Oh, yeah.
31. Yeah, I love this one here, man. This is I love the
Yep.
plain Janiness of it. The plain Janiness of it, right? This is this is a cool little knife with the Lynch deep carry pocket clip and the Freedom Fighter lanyard here. I like keeping a lanyard on my my Chris Reeve knives. The Umnumzan needs to catch up. But yeah, this is my probably my most carried knife this year, besides the PT and that challenge. This is my definitely my favorite little EDC knife right now.
Yeah.
And
That's a
this is
sweet knife.
it is, man. You know, I really appreciate having a small Sabenza in my my EDC rotation, and the 31 is really awesome. So I like I said, I have a few other knives out here. The whole right side is all Rocksteads, and here along the top I have the Serge Pachinko coin claw. I think this guy is the coin claw. I heard you guys talking about Serge Pachinko earlier, and I have
Yep.
another Serge Pachinko there. But yeah, this coin claw is really cool um, little curio,
Yep.
and some of my
Somebody
fly
asked,
tie.
somebody asked, Lolo said, is the middle Rockstead the Ryu?
The Rio, yeah. The middle one
Yeah.
here is
Ryu,
the
yep.
Rio.
Rio,
So we
yep.
have the let me go down here. So we have the Tay, and then the Sai. I think this one is the Sai. It's probably my newest. We have the Rio, the which one is this? The Ren, and this is my little man right here, the Neon, Nehan.
Those are freaking gorgeous. I mean, it's a good thing that we're doing this over the internet, because I'd be drooling on your table right now.
Thanks, man. Thanks, man. Yeah,
Oh,
love Rockstead. I think you know, it's definitely one of my big three. You know that from my channel, right? But I
yeah,
think Rockstead is probably I think they're the best knife maker, right? You know, I'm always open to the debate, but you know, I really like these knives, right? When I look at a Rockstead, I say, you know, it has really nice blades. Like, you know, they always get a lot of attention from the blades, but all of these knives have really nice handles, right?
Oh yeah, all their machine work on their handles is crazy good.
Like they
It's
have
all
really nice handles as well. And you got a really nice blade and a really nice handle. Like, you kind of, I don't know, it's a really nice knife. Yes,
yeah.
that's my 5 and 5, man. We can talk about anything here on the table. I have a lot of my knives here out next to me. I think it'll be cool if I can hang out with you for a little while. And
Oh,
I just wanted
absolutely.
to I just
Yeah.
want to let
Yeah.
you know
Somebody
I'm
asked.
caught up here.
Somebody asked earlier. I try not to interrupt too much when you guys are presenting, unless it's something that somebody asked. Somebody asked earlier about which MKT, which Medford do you have over there on the bottom? They wanted to see that real quick.
Sure, yeah, thanks, man. Because I'm not really watching the chat right now. This is the full size Marauder.
Oh yeah.
Full size Marauder with and I did another video on I think my Marauder 187, and I wanted to do another video on this one because it's a really funny story. I love that it's the full size Marauder, right? Because his high end hand tech, they have a lot of the designs and the cutouts and the handles, but I wanted as much material as possible here, right? Because I didn't want them to cut anything away. I wanted this monstrosity and its
All right.
in its fullness. Yeah, but I love this knife, and the action on it is awesome. And no lock stick.
Yep.
Yeah, this is really awesome.
So that's the full size Marauder.
The full size Marauder.
Yeah, because Mateo was just put that up. Yep, full size Marauder is what he was just showing. Yeah, yeah. Everybody's of course. I knew everybody would love your collection, and would really dig it. And yes, I would love it if you stuck around. I'm going to bring another guest on, and then we're going to have a chat topic. And I love having a second guest on the chat topics or a third guest because it always gives some extra perspective. So yeah, if you want to hang out for a little while, just the way you're doing here, and if you want to show any other knife on screen, you're welcome to do that. I was going to tell you too, the Blur was one of my early Kershaws. I have a few US made Kershaws that I still carry and love,
Okay.
but the Blur was one of those knives that I really, it kind of was that mid-price knife, and it kind of got me a little bit, it pushed me a little bit more toward getting into Benchmade and then moving into other knives in the knife world. So, I've always been a big fan of their knives, and I own a lot of ZTs, and obviously that's their main line. But the Blur is always something that I have a soft spot in my heart for the Kershaw Blur. So,
yeah, man, I agree. It's a great knife.
yeah, ends up saying those MKTs are heavy as shit. It's a lot of knife. Definitely. That probably weighs what, like 5.5, 6 ounces, something like that, 6.5 ounces. I bet would be somewhere in that range at least.
Which one?
The Medford that you were just showing. I'm just trying to catch up.
It's like 1.5 pounds, man. This is it's a big knife.
Yeah. Yeah. Somebody else asked, is that Satu Dave approved? Because everybody knows Dave, my buddy Dave, he loves Satu Dave. He loves to carry lots of big knives. So
yeah, of course, yeah, Satu Dave.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a huge knife.
All right.
It doesn't feel so big in the pocket though. I'll say that for these Medfords. I had another large Medford before this, the Viper, the Medford Viper, and they don't carry so large in the pocket. I mean, I'm not gonna say you forget it, but it's much smaller than a cell phone, right?
Right.
It's a little heft to it, but riding on the pocket clip is not that bad.
Right. No, I agree. I still have at the moment. I still have Dave's on belay that I reviewed a couple weeks ago, and
I saw the review.
I was really impressed with that knife. It's a little too big for me for what I do for a job and my lifestyle as an EDC knife, but that doesn't mean I wasn't impressed with it. The other knife that I have from Medford right now is the Infraction, and that knife is like, it's the perfect size knife for me to carry every day. It really is.
The Infraction looks great. Yeah, it looks great. Yeah, I saw you put it up on your video, and I kind of wanted one after your video.
Yeah, it's a great knife. It feels solid and thick in your hands, but carries really well. But the Emboulet surprised me. it really changed my thinking about bruiser and kind of sub bruiser class knives, because it really, like you were just saying, it really did carry better than I expected. Like when I weighed it and I was like, holy shit, this is a big, heavy knife. I didn't think it would carry as well as it did, but it actually carried really well. And like you said, it's there. You're never not going to put one of those in your pocket and go, oh, okay, I don't realize I'm carrying a knife that's that big, but it carried a lot than I expected.
Yeah. Agreed.
No. Gonzo says he loves that you actually use $500 plus knives. Absolutely, man. I mean, I understand there's knives you'll buy and put and you might put aside in your collection, but for me, I would say the vast majority of knives that I own, they actually get used. They might not get used every day, get used.
Yeah, I say I probably only have a few knives in my collection that I don't intend to use. And I bought a lot of Sebenza 21s, right? I have a lot of small Nkossis. So I carry a Sebenza 21. I carry a small Nkosi, but I don't carry all of them, right? I have some that I bought just because of the configuration, some unique blade steel. My Unihati, my Shirogorov Unihati. I don't want to carry that. That's not what I bought it for, right? But I do carry most of my knives. I don't carry all of them though. Do you? So I wanted to ask: are you? Would you consider yourself a collector? Are you a knife collector, or are you just an enthusiast, someone who has a lot of knives?
Collector. My story of how I got my first knife is pretty crazy. If you've never heard that, I told it on Matt's live stream, and then I think I told it again on one of mine. My dad used his knife to save his life and someone else's in the Hartford Circus fire. He cut through the tent and escaped and lived. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here. And he told me that when he gave me my first pocket knife at 10 years old. And ever since then, I've always carried a knife. And then as I got older, I started to branch out from just the knives that I would buy, like say a Kershaw Blur or Knockout or something like that. And I started to expand my collection into other nicer knives. So I'm definitely a collector. And the funny part is, I have more time for collecting now, but a smaller budget. So, and then obviously I run a channel, so I have to continually add knives to create content. So it makes it a little tougher sometimes to go after the nicer knives that I would like, but I'm definitely a collector as well.
Understood. Got it. Yeah, I think I went through an evolution with my collection, like a lot of people, and I might be coming close to another change in the way I collect.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I've seen people do that. Cue Ball is a good friend of mine. He's actually just recently went through a lot of his collection and decided that there's a portion of his collection he wants to keep and he wants to move in a certain direction. And then there's a whole lot of really nice knives that he decided that he wants to part with, right? So that happens, obviously, and it's the same with me. Like I'm looking at the stuff that I've collected over the last year or so, and I'm going to get some knives reviewed and I'm going to give those away at Christmas. My Christmas giveaway on my live stream is going to be a lot of knives that I reviewed this year that I'm not going to keep. So that's how I'm going to kind of deal with that from my perspective, is I'm going to use them to kind of reward the community for their viewership and their friendship. So
that's pretty awesome.
Yeah. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to try. I think if he's still in the chat, and I believe he is. So I'm going to post the link again. And Uncle Kyle, if you're still in here, I just threw the link up for you to come into the chat, to come in backstage and come on if you'd like to. I'd love to have you on for a few minutes. I know a lot of people here would love to hear from you and hear what's going on. So I threw that up, and then. Yeah, Darnell said just subscribe to KBC. Yeah, if you're not subscribed to him, you need to get over there and do that. If you're in my and you haven't gone over and subscribed to KBC's channel, you need to do that, because all these kind of knives that he's showing up here, this is the kind of stuff that he talks about in his videos a lot. So yeah, please go over and check him out. Please subscribe. And yes, I do have the man, the myth, the legend himself. Uncle Kyle, what's going on, brother?
Hello, all.
I am so stoked to have you on the stream, man. Thank you.
Hey, King
Thanks
Phil.
so much.
Hey, how you doing, Uncle Kyle? Nice to meet you, man.
You too.
Awesome.
So, hey, before I get into the chat topic, I was hoping that you could kind of give everybody a little, like, 2 or 3 minute synopsis of what's going on with you, the move, and some of the stuff like that. Because I know a lot of people ask about you. A lot of people were excited to hear that you might come on the stream this week. So, if you could do that, that would be great. Just whatever you feel like sharing is fine.
All right. To make a very long story short, I lost my dad 4 years ago. Through that, we were just trying to sell a house. We moved here 2 years ago, and right now, no one can get in-home help. No one. So I'm forced to go into a situation called sponsored residential, where I'm moving in with a family and they help me with my needs.
Yep.
And that's happening in about 2 weeks and a half, give or take. And I'm moving all my stuff and moving about an hour and a half away, give or take.
Right.
So
Right. And then you mentioned something about that family might be relocating as well.
yeah. They're building a house, or they built a house. It's bigger than what they have now. I'll probably get a bigger room than what I'll have initially moving in. So I'll have to pack up and then move again. Because
Okay. Gotcha. Wow. Crazy.
It's either this situation or a group home. And if I go into a group home, that would mean probably no YouTube, and my knives would have to go. So
Yeah. I got you. No, yeah, that's a tough situation. But I think in the long run, you were saying that this will be a better deal for you because you might even have the opportunity to go back to doing some martial arts or some other
that's
stuff
what I'm hoping. If
you wanted to get back to. So that would be great.
If money allows, or someone else, something else funds that, I don't know. It all depends really on that, and transportation.
Mhm.
That's
All
a
right.
big one too.
Cool. No, thanks for the update because I know I follow your channel. I know some people in here do, but there's other people in the community that ask about you, and I wanted to make sure everybody knew what was going on. So getting ready for a big move. It's coming up in a couple weeks, and hopefully that will provide some positive changes for you, which I'm hopeful it will, brother.
Yeah,
Definitely.
let's hope.
Yeah.
It's gonna be tough. I'm gonna leave mom and my cat, but I take him with me, but I can't. I
Yeah.
really can't. So
Well, as long as he's safe there with your mom, that's okay. You can still come and visit.
exactly, he's better off with her.
Yeah. All right, so cool. So I'm going to keep you on for a little bit because we always have a weekly chat topic or question. And so this question actually was brought to me by Neil McKenzie, my buddy who was in the chat earlier, one of my former coworkers, and he was asking me about what items, knives, and EDC items, and etc. I keep at my bedside. He said, "What do you keep at your bedside?" So that's my question to all of you guys in the chat and my guests on here tonight. So at the end of the day, what you might rotate like I do. I rotate my knives a lot, partly because I do content and I constantly have to put different knives in my pocket. But what things end up on your nightstand or next to your bed or your bureau or wherever you put your stuff at the end of the day? What are those items? What knives, what EDC items end up there at the end of the day? So start throwing some of that stuff up in chat, and if you would, folks, and I will throw that out to my guests. So I'll Josh, since you just came on, I'll let you have that first. Is there something that you keep near your bedside at night? Flashlights, knives, whatever.
Well, besides the chair, so I can jump into it quickly.
Yeah.
Right now, I don't, but it'll probably change in the new situation. It'll be a knife, a multi-tool, or a Kubaton. I don't have anything against pew-pews, but I don't carry one because of my CP.
Right. Understood. Yep. What about flashlights? Are you a flashlight guy?
I probably should do that too. I
Yeah.
need to find a good tactical one.
Yeah. I mean, for me, I have a bunch of flashlights, but I really love this little Olight i1R2 Pro because you get a nice bright beam, but yet it's easy to carry. You can put it on a keychain or a lanyard, whatever. It's got that on the back of it. It comes in a lot of colors, and it's also. And again, I'm not a shill for Olight. I don't get paid by them, but it is rechargeable too. So you can plug your little USB-C in here or micro USB on their smaller versions, and you can recharge these things so you don't have to keep buying batteries. So something like this is great, even if you can't afford a really expensive light. These are $20. So
Wow,
they're
that's nice. Okay.
yeah, and then their smaller one is I think is like 17 or 18, the regular standard i1R2. So let me see. So I've got some other folks in here that are throwing up some comments. What about you, KPC? What is stuff that you would normally keep by your bedside at night?
Yeah, well, next to the bed, probably some underwear because I sleep naked. Mossberg 500.
Last person.
Cell phone, my water pipe in case I wake up in the middle of the night with a yearning, and yeah, whatever I keep in my pocket throughout the day, right? So whatever EDC items I might have had in my pocket that day, I'll probably have them on my set them beside the bed when I sleep.
Cool. All right, let's see what else. Overall, good choices too. Let's see what else they got up here. Let's see. Gonzo asked, "Is that a Shiro with an access lock?" That's what he was just asking. I think when you were showing one of those off a minute ago on your table there.
Oh yeah, sure.
It says a Viking axe. Yep, that is a Shiro with an access lock. Nice.
Yeah, this is the what is this? The Tabargon? Yeah, the Shiro with an access slot and a thumb stud. That's pretty cool. And a thumb stud.
Yep.
No finger tab. So yeah.
That's a sweet piece.
It's pretty cool. Carbon fiber M390 blade. Yeah, I like this guy.
Well, let's see. Lone Wolf says, whatever I carried that day goes with my Lancelot dump tray. Okay. Yep. Dump tray. Let's see. Don't forget to go over and subscribe to Uncle Kyle if you have not done that already.
Yeah, follow these adventure guys.
Yep. Almost 50 of you in here. By the way, don't forget to hit the like button. If you came in the stream late, jump over and hit the like button and then come back into chat real quick. Gonzo says, pistol, phone, vape, knife, watches, and a flashlight. Mike Jernak says, SIG EX01 fixed blade, F01 fixed blade, nice. Cue ball. Let's see. He says the AD 20.5, the TRM Shadow, the tactile rock wall are normally near me or on my nightstand. I have several Olights within reach as well. There you go. Yep. What are we calling out? Well, we're calling out what you keep near your nightstand. Cue ball says also a pew pew. Yep. Okay. Lone Wolf said, "What's at our bedside, Mimo?" Oh, that was a good one, man. I love it. Let's see. Michael Morgan, I'm doing like a baby, 7 pounds, 6 ounces. Let's see. Cold Steel Spartan. I'm trying to see what you need to get a real flashlight, get a Fenix. Let's see. I have lots of flashlights. I was just showing off that one little one because it's cheap. Let's see. Grubby Toon says, Kubi Nova tie on my headboard, miscellaneous rotation on a nightstand. Okay. Underwear and a shotgun was the best possible answer. Yeah, I mean, yeah, if you don't sleep with clothes on, like I don't, and like KPC doesn't, like you got to keep underwear right there, right? I mean, who wants to get up in the middle of the night to fight with an intruder in the nude, right?
I mean, you can, but I don't recommend it.
Yeah, exactly. Right. I wouldn't feel very comfortable doing that, you know. I don't want to hear things swaying in the breeze there while I'm trying to fight off an intruder. Let's see. Gamma Ninja says Ninja Sword, 3 knives, a pew pew, and a Fugit, and 3 Olights. Let's see. Darnell B85 says 10-inch fixed blade from 1974. very sharp. Nebulizer, small battery operated light. Won't name the piece. Okay, gotcha. Let's see. Bluminati Ninja says Lightning Auto OTF, a SIG P365. The 365X, by the way, is my main compact carry piece. Several mags, several flashlights, 3 big dogs between the door and the bed. There you go. My nightstand piece is a P320X compact and 3 extra mags. Let's see. Olight baton on the nightstand. That's a good idea. Yep, the baton is awesome. I have one of those as well. My wife has a sword to the sofa along with a bat. There you go. Iggy says, I always have an Olight Warrior Mini, my G17, a bottle of water on the nightstand at night. Yep. So this is cool because it's knife related, but at the same time, it kind of gives. Oh man, you're making me drool again.
Wow.
It gets good.
It's mostly the ring light, right? Like I'm cheating with the ring light, but
let's see. I'm on night to have some nunchucks, a pack of juicy fruit, and a wrist rocket. Fucking Matei. No. Are they the foam nunchucks too? So that you don't hurt yourself? Are they the foam covered ones? Let's see. You can move faster with no underwear on you. I would be the nude guy defending his home. Yep, exactly. That's why you keep a pair of underwear handy, because you don't want to be the nude guy, right? You may have an advantage stock value. Yep. I keep a knife under my pillow. Lone Wolf says I have one of those tiny flashlights, but it's damn right. Yep. Let's see. Attacking an intruder nude is a great way to freak them out. Yep, it might be actually. Let's see. Maddie has to unkeister first. That's valuable second slots. You guys are too much, I tell you. Let's see. Always flashlight, drink cup, phone, 22, old Hercules 12 gauge, shortened, whatever knife I carried that day. Okay. Yep. There you go. Yep. A sawed-off 12 gauge. That will definitely do the job. That will mess up some walls and doors. Mrs. Freakshow says Hinder XM18. My Roddy, yeah, well, it's always good to have a dog around. 38 with hollow points, and Mr. Freak Show, yeah, and I'm sure he's got his own stuff too. Let's see. Hayden Woodsman, what's going on, bro? Good to have you in the stream. EDC cabinet with toolbox of knives is 3 feet from my bed. Olight night tour lamp on the stand. Short shotgun, revolver, phone on charging station, bushcraft bag next to the nightstand. Yeah, so you were totally prepared, man. So I dig this. So the reason I ask this is just because, we always talk about knives. We always talk about what we have in our collection. But it's interesting to find out what people actually have available to them every night. So for me, it typically is whatever full-size knife whatever medium to full-size knife I carried that day. It's usually 2 or 3 Olights because I kind of rotate around. What I carry at work is not always what I carry at home. The alarm for my security system is there. My pew pew is in the top drawer with backup mags, and I usually have a long gun that's available in the walk-in closet, which is 3 feet from my bed. So again, it's always interesting to find out what people carry, right? It's nice to know what you have on you. I don't really see myself using a knife in that situation as a defensive item, but at the same time, like, I don't know what I'm going to have to do. So it's always nice to have some kind of cutting blade there handy with me. I'm thinking I'm going to maybe mix that up and throw a fixed blade into that nightstand carry, as I'll call it, or that nightstand area. But we'll talk about that next week, because next week's show is going to be focused more on fixed blade use. Let's see. Me with Knives said he keeps baby oil and baller shorts, and I wish I would try something. Oh man, you guys are something else. Let's see. Debbie Tunes is back. Welcome back, Debbie Tunes. Native Man, Wild Man says the robber I was trying to rob his dude's home and got attacked by a streaker with a sword. Oh, so somebody tried to break in and got attacked by a naked guy with a sword. Yeah, that would be pretty intimidating. Q-Ball says the fixed blade on the shelf in my nightstand. There you go. Darnell says my security is 3 Chow Chows, very protected dogs. Yeah, dogs are good because they let you know something's going on, right? Way before you realize it. Especially if you're a heavy sleeper. Alan Graywolf, how you doing, my man? How's everybody doing? We were just asking Alan how what you keep near your nightstand at night. So we know what people keep in their pockets during the day. But what are you keeping near your nightstand? Are there knives there? Are there flashlights there? Are there EDC items there? I tend to keep my fidget balls and my pocket, EDC items like some of this stuff. I tend to keep that in the secondary drawer on the top of my nightstand. But we're just asking, like, what do you keep there handy? Like flashlights, EDC items, knives, pew-pews, whatever they may be. Oh, that's really nice too, dude. Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah, this what is this? The Tusk Ivory micarta on the.
Oh shit! Hold on, I just pulled them out of the stream. There we go. Okay.
And I just put this blue lanyard on it with titanium double gold dots. So that's pretty cool. And I think this is S45 VN. I saw Recon 1 drop some of the Magna Cut 31s on Recon 1 the other day, and I couldn't grab one, but yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
That's gorgeous, man.
Yeah, I love it. And it's got this this glass blasted finish, not the bead blast. So it's a little shinier. I don't know if you can see that.
Yeah.
And the Timascus clip.
Yeah, Timascus clip. Yeah, they use a lot of people don't know that the type of media that you use for air pressure blasting will change the look, right? So stone washing, sand. There's sand blasting. There's steel shot. There's lots of different types. There's actual sand blasting itself, where you use fine sand media. But the glass bead blasting, that works really nice. It puts a really nice finish on those things. So let's see what we got here. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna leave you Big Five for a second. So yeah, he's showing off some more knife porn for us. Wow.
Yeah, so that's the difference between the. That's really cool.
Gorgeous. Very nice, sir. All right,
Thanks,
let's go back to the multi layout here. A couple more people jumped in. Let's see. Neil McKenzie's still in here. He says, because this was his topic, he says a tiny Victorinox and a Springfield XD subcompact 40 pew pew. Stephen Try, I lost all my pew pews in a boating accident. It's more common than you might think.
Gotcha. He's Canadian, right?
Yeah. Let's see here. Who else? Clap on, clicky. Gonzo says, don't forget about the clapper. Clap on, clap off. G-Ball, I'm just a storyteller. I don't have pew-pews or knives. That's correct. I agree, sir. Bama Ninja says, pain medication and heartburn meds are in the second drawer. Yeah, I can relate to that. As I get older, I need them. Oh, now he's showing up some white swag, too. What's that?
The heartburn. I can relate.
Yep, I can. Yeah, exactly. Mateo says to G-Ball, said, you just need to eat some beans. You'll have many pews. Oh, you guys. I love it. Let's see here. Byron Kennedy said, sorry, Eionan, I haven't heard a word anyone said for the past 10 minutes as KPC has been hypnotic with all these blades he's showing off. I told you, brother, that when you came on and showed off your knives, people were going to drool through the entire broadcast. And I am absolutely spot on that one.
Yeah,
I appreciate it, man. Yeah, thanks a lot, man.
Yeah, you got amazing. Just what you got here is an amazing collection. A lot of people would be really stoked to own even half of the knives that you got on the table. So, very, 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 very awesome looking collection that you brought with you this week.
Thanks, man.
Yeah. Let's see who else we got here. Titanium dice. Somebody's asking about your dice.
Sure. These the cuboids from Flytanium. the company Flytanium, they make the scales for these Benchmade 51s and a lot of other aftermarket parts for a lot of Benchmade knives. They make these cuboids as well, where they used to. I haven't seen them come out with any for a while, but these are some special edition. He kind of grooved some wave pattern into them, and that's a tritium insert for the one pit.
Nice.
So it kind of glows in the dark once they get a little light. So that's pretty cool. These are titanium as well, and they're just flame anode.
Flame anodized, yeah. Cool.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool. And I keep a set of cuboids on me, so I thought I'd bring these out for us today.
Very cool. No, thanks for checking. I like it, man. I like it a lot.
Thank you.
Yep, very cool. All right, so we had the chat topic. We talked about a few things that I wanted to get out there. A couple of other things I wanted to talk about real quick. I wanted to talk about the fact, and Matt mentioned it right at the beginning of the broadcast, that Orion Knives, which is David Blade Banter, that's his knife company. He obviously, a lot of you might know, he works for QSP. He's the US rep for them. He released his newest knife, the Scorpio, today, and I did share that on my Instagram page. But if you like the Orion Solaris, you will probably really like the Scorpio as well. It's a little smaller. It's sort of Solaris-like, but it is a different knife, and it is very, very affordably priced. There are 4 different versions of that. So get out there and check that out if you are interested at all in those. Those did come out today. I purchased one already right when they dropped this morning before I took Mrs. Edge in for her outpatient surgery today. I think they're going to be pretty popular. So you still got a chance to get in on those. There you go. Michael Morgan throwing up Orion Knives. Also, Bama Ninja, are you still in the stream? Post up if you're still in the stream. I want to see a post from you. I'm going to let everybody know that 2 things. One, this Saturday will be my first Saturday live stream. There'll be 2 of those a month every other week going forward. It's going to be called the Saturday Social. It's going to be a lot more relaxed, laid back. We can talk about knives, but we'll talk about a lot of other stuff too. We'll probably talk about music and other things that we collect. I will have a guest on each week, hopefully. And this first week, I do have a guest, which a lot of you guys already know who that person is, but I'll save that as a surprise for the rest of you. So that's going to be this Saturday. But along with that, because I'm having 2 live streams instead of 1, I felt like I needed to add another moderator. So I have decided to add Bama Ninja as my 3rd mod. So shout out to Bama Ninja. Him and I are good friends. We've got to know each other a little bit. I've had him on the show a few weeks ago, excuse me. And I've been talking back and forth a little bit, and I decided to add a 3rd mod. So there it is. So my 3rd moderator will be Bama Ninja. All right. So congratulations to him. No, let's see. Gonzo is in rare form tonight. He said, "You'll be in the corner dropping your Bally at Blade Show, G Paul." Yeah. Yes, congrats, Bama. So there he is right there, Bama Ninja. So shout out to him, brother from Alabama is going to be taking over, not taking over, but is going to be joining my other 2 moderators, Gonzo and Mimo. And I just did that basically because I felt like there's going to be times when not all of my mods are going to be able to make every live stream, and I didn't want to put pressure on everybody to feel like they had to be there every single time. So this way here, it gives me an extra body, especially for those extra days that I'm doing that. Josh Branson just came in the live. What's up, Josh? Don't forget to hit the like button, folks. If you were in here, there's almost 50 people in the stream tonight. 43 likes. So a few people haven't hit the like button. Please do that for me if you could. Let's see. What else am I going to talk about? Oh, let me share this real quick too. Hold on a second here. And one of my mods can also jump on this. I now have a merchandise store. And I'm just doing it to help pay for some of the shipping costs of stuff I'm shipping around. So let me pop this up here real quick. And I believe it's this one. I'm getting better at this. I'm getting better. So there we go. So that should, there you go. So there's some of the items in the store. Since last week, I did add hoodies in there. There is a zip-up hoodie that has a logo on the front chest and it has the big logo on the back. And then there's a pullover hoodie that has the big logo on the front. So if there's anything else you guys would like to see, let me know. And I will try to get that up as well. Also, somebody mentioned white coffee mugs with black logos on them last week, so I probably will add that too. All right.
The logo is really awesome, man. I want to tell you that.
What's that?
The logo is really awesome. I like the triangle and the mirrored. What is it? Those are E's, right? So yeah, I think I'll grab one of those coffee mugs.
Oh, cool, man. I appreciate that. That's freaking awesome.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm just using it. I'm really just using the store to help pay for stuff that I ship out, like giveaway stuff, or like when I ship the Apex knives back and forth and things like that. The shipping gets kind of expensive, and I don't have a huge budget on my channel, so I'm basically, taking any of that money and it's just going to go back into expenses for, running the channel and shipping stuff around.
Totally understandable.
So Speaking of that, I'm trying to find Bama Ninja here on the other stream so that I can, there he is, so that I can add him in. Boom. There you go. Now he's got a blue wrench. Woohoo! So anyway, let's see. Let's take the store out. I wanted to mention the store, so we've got that out of there. Let's see. The Orion I talked about that dropped today, and the Saturday Social. Let me throw out the info on that. So there's the info on the Saturday Social. That's this Saturday, August 13th, 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific. They'll probably run an hour and a half to 2 hours. It's going to be a little bit more fluid because we're not backed up against anybody really big time like we are during the week on Tuesday nights. So it should be fun. Also, for those of you who follow Fully Deployed, episode 6 of Fully Deployed will be out this Sunday. So I finally came up with enough material to shoot a new episode. And for those of you who aren't familiar with that is my knife puppet theater, right?
What? Yeah, that's cool.
Have you seen it?
No.
So if you go to I was going to say, for anybody who hasn't seen it, it's really funny. Yes, Knife Puppet Theater. You've seen it, right, Uncle Kyle?
Yeah, I've seen a few episodes. It's pretty cool.
So, yeah, it's pretty cool. If you go to my and you go to my playlist, there's a playlist with all the episodes in it. So you can start with episode 1 and play all the way through. So what it basically is, it's Knife Puppet Theater, but it's based on things that happen in the knife community. Like when Blade Show was about to happen, I had a Blade Show episode, and the knives are the actual characters.
Okay.
So it's not a knife review. It's knives as people talking about knife-related and knife community-related content.
Of course.
And I will have a brand new one up on Sunday. Finally, I'm going to get around to shooting that. I would have had one up sooner, but obviously with everything that's going on with my wife, I really didn't have time to get those out as quickly as I had hoped. So definitely check it out. David Iverson, what's going on? Thank you, brother, for stopping in tonight. Thanks for coming in and visiting. I really appreciate that. I appreciate everybody who showed up tonight. I also, like I said, I mentioned at the beginning of the broadcast, everybody who's contacted me through email or Instagram or whatever, and dropped kind words and thoughts and prayers for my wife. I really appreciate that. It is a tough time for us. And fortunately, I've been able to still make the live streams and not have to cancel any of them. And hopefully that things continue to go along smoothly with her cancer treatments and I won't have to cancel any of those. But if I do, that'll be why, right? Because obviously my family, as much as I love you, my online community and friends, my wife and my family are always going to come first. So,
of course.
Yep. Speaking of her, she just gets her head around the corner and she's like, don't forget to tell people what the word of the week is. Here's the word of the week. The knife I'm reviewing this week is the prototype, soon to be released QSP Rhino. So I figured it was appropriate to put Rhino out there as the word of the week. So there you go. For those folks who are keeping track of the words of the week, there it is. And yep, and thank you, Michael Morgan, for throwing the Teespring thing out for my merch store. And Josh Brinson says, I'll continue to keep you guys in my thoughts and prayers. So thank you very much, all of you guys. It isn't just Josh. Just a lot of people have, like I said, have contacted me and said different things. So the word of the week, yes, the word of the week for this week is Rhino. And for any of you who don't come in here regularly, at Christmas, I'm going to do a special word of the week giveaway where I'm going to give away a knife and probably some other prizes. And you will need to have the words of the week. If you have at least 4 of them, I will enter you in the contest. And if you have them all, every entry above that 4th word will be, every word that you have above that will be an extra entry. So you will have more chances to win the more word of the week that you have. Okay? So I'm just trying to reward people for viewing and paying attention. All right? One other quick thing before I get to story time. Another knife that I will be doing as a bonus review this week. It's a fixed blade. It's on loan from the grumpy one himself. It is a Tops USA bull trout. This is a pretty cool little knife. It's got a nice thick blade, even though it's very short, probably I would say about 2 1/4 inches. Nice deep belly. It's cool. My card handle that are replaceable or removable. And it does come in a nice little leather sheath. So this knife will be a bonus review for this week. The Tops bull trout. It's a pretty cool looking little knife.
Cool.
All right. Okay, so story time. It is story time, folks. It's 5 o'clock, so I'm going to have to get to story time quick because that means it's time for dinner and also Tri-State EDC's live, which I watch every week. So here we go. Let's come up with a story for you guys tonight. How about a story from my youth? When I was a kid, I told some of you folks that it is story time. So gather around, people. Story time is upon us. All right. Yep, story time is here. So when I was a kid, I grew up part of my life in a multi-story colonial house that had lots of bedrooms and had servants' quarters we didn't have servants' quarters in the attic from the original people that built the house, and it had a huge basement that had all these different kinds of rooms, and it had a meat room and a dry storage room and a root cellar, all this crazy stuff in the basement. The basement was really big. It had a big covered back porch where they used to put the carriages underneath the house. So this is back when I lived in New England, and the house was a colonial home. And it was originally it was built by a duke and a duchess, I guess, who moved to the United States. So anyway, gather around, children. It's story time with Uncle Eionan. Anyway, this house, it was colonial built. It had a big, huge stone foundation in it, huge beams, right, that held up the house, and lots of rooms. But by this point in time, it had been remodeled, and my dad bought it really cheap and fixed it up. So my family was really into racing, race cars. I raced quarter midgets. I raced go-karts. I drove late models and strictly stocks at one point for a short period of time. But the other thing I was really into, and I even did this as an adult, was motorcycles. Right? I raced motorcycles for a long time. But when I was a kid, I had lots of different dirt bikes and stuff. So here I am with a bunch of friends, and I was trying to help a friend fix his dirt bike. It was a Suzuki RM 125, I believe. And so anyway, he said, "Hey, do you think you can help me with this bike? I'm having some trouble with it. I think it's electrical." I'm like, "Sure," right? So a lot of the times the electronics went up and under the gas tank on the frame. So you had to take the gas tank off of the bike. So we take the gas tank off of the bike, and the bike is parked under the back porch of my house, and I have the cellar door open so that I can walk in and out and get tools off the workbench right inside the door. And I take the gas tank off and I hand it to my friend, and I say, here, put this aside so we don't knock it over and the gas doesn't come out of it, right? So he puts it down, and I don't remember whether he shut the petcock off or whatever, but he puts it down on the ground, and apparently some gas was still leaking out of it. And I'm working on the bike. And I turn around and I hear this whooshing noise, right? I hear this big whooshing noise. And the whooshing noise is because he put the gas tank next to the door of the basement. Well, right behind the door was our gas hot water heater. So the gas tank, he didn't shut the petcock off, and the fumes from the leaky gas go right around through the doorway and catch the hot water heater on fire. And there's literally a stream of fire going between this gas tank and our hot water heater, right? And I hear somebody yell, fire, right? So I literally run across the street, because luckily for us, where I live, the fire department was directly across the street from my house. So I run across the street and I yelled fire, and the fireman knew me because we used to talk to him all the time. In my basement, this is what they do. They jump in the truck. They don't even put their gear on. They jump in the truck. They throw on the sirens. They drive straight across the road into my driveway, and they bust out the window of my basement. Someone out my neighbor. She's like, what the hell is going on? And I'm like, she's like, what? I'm like, the house on fire, but they already put it out. In the time it took my mom to realize something was going on, to walk out to the back porch, the fire department already came and put the fire out of my house. So thankfully, they were not 10 or 15 minutes away. Otherwise, we'd had a big mess. But basically, that's how I said it. But one of my dumbass heads put a motorcycle gas tank right next to the hot water heater. Not a good thing to do. Yeah. So anyway, that is my quick story time for tonight, because obviously it is well past 5 o'clock. But thank God for the fire department being right across the street. Otherwise, I might have burned down my family home.
Yeah, geez.
Yeah, right. But it's crazy. It's just like, it's new going across the street. So what do you got there, Uncle Kyle? What are you showing up?
This is my bump of the night knife.
That's the one you were talking about in the video the other day, where you were talking about being able to use it not only in the open but the closed position, right?
Yeah, when you close it, it's got this beak here. You can use it for striking. Right.
Yeah, you can whack somebody in the skull or slash somebody's face with it, even if it weren't open.
Exactly.
Right. Yep. Cool. Very cool. All right, guys. Well, listen, I'm going to start wrapping things up for tonight. Like I said, we run a few minutes long, but no big deal. I want to thank both of my guests. I want to thank John for making it to the live. You're always welcome here. Anytime you're welcome to come back. After you get moved and you get settled in, you'll come back on the live stream again and hang out for a while.
We'll see what happens. I have no idea what, what's going to be expected of me, or what my schedule will be. It's
right. I'm just letting you know, man. Anytime you're always welcome back. And also, King Pope Caesar for finally coming up and showing off his awesome knife collection. He gave you guys a ton of knife porn while I've been talking, and we've been doing chat topics. I've had to wipe the drool off my mouth a couple times. So his collection is just what he showed here on screen today is amazing. And I really appreciate, brother, you coming on and doing this. I know a lot of people are excited to have you be here, and I will say the same thing too. You're welcome to come back anytime. I might love to have you back on over the holidays or something like that, show off some other knives. and maybe hang out on one of my other live streams. But you're welcome back on the stream anytime. Thank you so much for coming in today.
Hey, Eionan, thanks a lot. Thanks for having me. You've been a great host. All the best to you and your family, and I'd love to be back, man.
All right, we'll make that happen somewhere down the road in the not too long. Beyond that, I just want to say thank you to everyone who's been in the stream. Thank you to my 3 moderators, Gonzo, Mimo, and my newest moderator, Bama Ninja. Thanks to all my friends, the ones that I see in person who are here, and also all of you folks that I know online. I really appreciate everybody being here. I hope you guys have a great night. I'll see a whole bunch of you guys over in Coldstream in about 20 minutes after I finish cooking some tacos. All right, folks, that's all I got for tonight. Thank you to my guests. Thank you to all of you folks that have been here. Don't forget about my live stream on Saturday. That'll be a lot really chilled and laid back. Have a great night, and I will see you all soon. All right, take care, folks.
All right, guys.
Take care.
See ya.